Hey, welcome to my brother spot. I'm Jay Hadwinn, brand ambassador, and today I'm excited to showcase the incredible artistry of Brian Herbert. Get ready to be inspired by his unique vision and creativity. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man?
All right, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Yeah, man. How long have you been an artist, man?
Man, I've been an artist my whole life, man.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
my whole life. Even when I didn't know I was an artist, I was an artist.
Right,
Came
right.
out drawing and painting, drawing dogs and animals and stuff like that. That was my beginning in art, was drawing animals, especially dogs. I've always been a dog lover, so I should just draw dogs.
Us both, man.
Yeah,
We got love for the four-legged friends.
Yes,
you know
indeed.
what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. So
Yeah, man. What's this behind you, man? This is dope.
Man, this is a piece that I did in collaboration with my brother Brian Walker. And so this was a collaboration. It's real hard for artists to collaborate. So in this case, the brother and myself, we got together, figured it out. It's a collage piece, mixed media collage.
Okay.
Acrylic paint and collage mixed in. We did like a yin and yang
That's
in
dope.
order to split it down the middle, because you're always debating like what side is mine, what side is yours.
Yeah.
So in our situation, we was dealing with the world, the environment. This side was more about artificial, like what's going on now. Not artificial intelligence, but artificial body parts leading up to like cyborg or robotic, maybe part man, part human.
Dang. So this on the AI stuff, kind of humanoid?
Not quite AI, but like saying like android, humanoid, maybe cyborg, kind of. This is like what we was dealing with. Like here you got the prosthetic legs that are not, you know what I mean? So we were using like all the different robotic. So in that whole vein. So we were dealing with that. So this side is that. This side is more natural. Okay. So in it, you had, the continent, more indigenous. Okay. You got natural birds, animals.
Yeah.
And so within the circle on the yin and the yang side,
right.
For this side, since it's more artificial, you had the baby's face. That Brian Walker did that. So this was my side.
Okay.
And then he did that, which is a child's face, which is so natural. I'm talking about natural, the beauty of a child. Right. So that's what he was going with that. And then over here, since he did this side, was dealing with all, natural environment, indigenous, I did this circle, which this is a character of mine. I call him Nubicon 7.
Okay.
He's basically a robot dog.
Okay.
And so he's like a galactic freedom fighter.
All right. We'll be waiting on that comic book.
Yeah. He's the one of the alpha male sons of the atomic dog. So so that's a whole nother kind. And then on this side, we had natural vines pulling at the artificial.
Wow.
Right? Like rebuking it, so to speak. And then on this side, you had the artificial attacking the natural.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we call it Keyboards Don't Slay Lions on the Serengeti.
Okay.
That's the name of this piece. The subtitle is We're All in the Same Gang Gang. So back in the days, we had the song "We're All in the Same Gang."
Yeah,
old school classic West Coast answer to self-destruction.
Right,
dope as well. Both songs are speaking to saving our communities.
That's right. So
in this piece is like speaking to saving our communities. I use my Aquaba, which was big in the Ghetto Bastard series. I used a Aquaba out of Ghana, that particular fertility figure, to represent the childless. The motherless child, so to speak. So the motherless child, the one maybe motherless, fatherless, but left to raise itself. And it's really symbolic of us raising ourselves and going through the motion of figuring out who we are. Are we from Africa? Are we not from Africa? We know we're indigenous and we know we're black, but most of us was already here. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they don't speak to that because that's birthright. This one speaks to us coming together as both sides, growing up in LA.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Bloods and Crips.
You live in Crip neighborhoods. Yeah. You got homies in the hood. You got it's all, And so with that, we all the same. You know what I mean? Exactly. We don't do anything. Let's just definitely take care of each other, cultivate each other, build each other. Right. And not let streets or anything this system has put in place dictate how we do each other.
Yeah.
So
how we love each other, how we spend money with each other,
yes,
just everything that's each other. And it doesn't mean that we hate other ethnicities.
And that's
people,
not, we're not even gonna go there.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's always thrown in there.
Yeah.
No, cancel that.
Right.
What we talking about is just loving, like you love your woman, you love your brother, your sister.
Exactly.
You don't have to say, but I still love you over there too. No, it's just I love my brother. It's my brother.
Right.
It's my sister.
Right.
So we got that. And
right.
It's just, again, embracing ourselves, not killing ourselves. So that's why you got the whole connection of the split. But the Aquaba with these, symbols. My partner TJ, shout out to TJ, man, told me that he said that's star code. I was like, man, but when it was a great design element.
Yeah, this is dope. Yeah. So this one right here, you can see.
Yeah, that's an old school piece right there. I call that one Soliloquy of Chaos. Oh, that was part of a series where I was dealing with I was calling it the written word, but just for lack of a different term or a better name, but I called it the written word. And it was when I was doing in the early 2000s. And that piece, Bailey, rest in peace, Radcliffe Bailey, he liked that piece. He had juried it in a show one time and we talked about it. But it's a it was talking about Los Angeles. It was actually inspired by LA, growing up in LA, black gang culture, Mexican, black, black and brown, LA just being a city, a place where, you just feel good. People know you in California and LA in particular, but I love it all over California where you just got this air on me. Sure. That you just get this feeling of freedom. It's like, man, that's something when you hear it in songs. Frankie Beverly and Mays got a dope California song.
That's a dope song too.
Got one. I mean, it's like these beautiful songs about California being that kind of place. So this piece was just talking about LA gang culture, but because in the song, really, it was also inspired by Gang Starr. They had the song Soliloquy of Chaos.
I remember that
song, cold-blooded song, and he was just talking about chaos disrupting a concert. They come to do a show, do their thing. People pay money to see the show, and then it gets interrupted by ridiculous, senseless violence. So it's the same thing. So much love for LA though. Love growing up in LA, even though we dealt with all the madness, but it's just
when it was good, Brian.
We always found good,
man.
Even through the drama, we found good.
Right, man.
We found a way to still party and hang out and do our thing.
Yeah.
But then I use like different symbols like the fifth sunstone, threw that in there, which was
right up there.
Yeah, representative of our Aztec brothers and sisters.
That's dope. Yeah. Oh, okay, for sure.
Really was just wanting to speak to that. So I mean, I love that piece. It came out really dope, and I like everything about it. The wings is like that freedom that represent that, the sunset, the orange and yellow and reddish over like some water, but the letters.
Yeah, I see where the water is too, and then I see where the the little flag is up there. At the Los.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we feel just, yellow is caution, so those things.
Oh, that's
just,
dope.
Again, just LA. Yeah,
that's
but
dope.
that was something. Soliloquy of Chaos. To me, it was a visual, my version of the visual of the actual song, but a visual, version, not in response to, but on my own, conversation about Soliloquy of Chaos.
For sure.
If you would like to buy some of Brian Hebert's completed works, here's his information.
Remember, My Brother Spot promotes Black-owned businesses.